Well, hello everyone. I am here at the Thompson Rivers School of Business with the business dean, Mike Henry, who's been a friend of mine since he actually came here to campus to take over the deanship. We're socially distanced away. We want to chat a little bit with about how TRU and especially the business school is preparing students for this new workforce.
It's kind of trite to say it's a whole different world, and the word unprecedented has been used over and over and over again. But you know, what we're going through is unprecedented. But what we are going to enter into is not in some ways. We've had major disruptions in our world and our lives, from wars to other pandemics, to industrial revolutions, to economic upturns and downturns. So we've had these. The question is, what comes next? And I think one of the things that we're talking about in business schools is when we get back to whatever normal looks like, it won't be normal. It's going to be a little bit different. And I think a couple of things that we're going to start seeing. I don't think anybody who seriously is involved in business education in the way I am really believes that we're going to switch to an entirely online or remote modality. But I think we are going to switch to more of a hybrid or blended, where you'll be saying, your daughters who are our students there will be saying, you know, is there a way that I can only come to campus 3 days a week and save on parking and lunch money and all that kind of stuff and have more flexibility with my part-time job or whatever? And so can I do 2 hours of my class on Monday and Wednesday and do the third hour online? I think we're going to see much more of that. And one of the things that this sort of forced disruption has done is forced us, me and professors and students, to learn about different modalities, to learn what's effective in terms of communication, to learn that if we didn't already know, that probably email is the worst way to converse, that there are better ways of doing it, and there are tools. You know, we use a courseware and something called Big Blue Button, but there are other things from Zoom to all the ones, MS Teams, all the other ones people are listening to. I just noticed things like Facebook and others are starting to do live, that sort of thing. But we're going to be in a different world, and so we're going to be in education. That will be different. The other kinds of things that will be different is that we essentially think about our education in two pots or two catchments. One is the sort of technical skill. If you're an auditor, you have to know how to audit, right? If you're a human resource person and you're doing job classification or organization, you need to know how to do that. But there's this other set of skills that we call professional skills. And they are the skills that teach you how to work, the empathy, the communication skills, the writing skills, the oral, verbal skills, the team-working skills, all of those. And I think they're going to change. And one of them is going to be, how can you work remotely? And not just the psychological of how can you work remotely and be by yourself, because we do know that when you're in the workforce, we often think about monetary compensation as the primary driver. And I know your work in driving companies, that's one of several. And the social interaction, the part of being a part of something that has a purpose, are all things that we all want to have in our work. The question is going to be, how can you do that when you're working from home with all of your colleagues, and how do you develop those kind of relationships? And then how do you build teams out of that? How do you work as a team, as opposed to you do that and I do that? How do you actually come together and think about ideas together and communicate and think about how that will operate? So we're going to have to learn how to do that. I believe it's Shopify just announced yesterday or today that they're going to their 5,000 employees permanent remote working at home. The world's going to change. You know, I haven't been, except to pick up something once, I haven't been in my office for a couple of months, and or on campus. But in fact, I have probably working more and doing more remotely and having many more interactions with people than I normally would. So I think that's going to change, right? I think that the other thing that's going to change is that the way problems are set to us, the the way they're presented to us, in the, whether it be a problem of trying to get a small task done with people, or whether it be a problem of trying to pivot a small business into something, we're going to have to be much more imaginative, and we're going to have to be much more innovative. And
I can't agree with you more. And I've been excited and trying to calm a little excitement when I'm talking to some people about how this is a period of time right now where there are more opportunities for entrepreneurs and younger people getting through. I would say here's a little bit of pain right now because this isn't what everyone would like to be doing. But if you're entrepreneurial and you're innovative, you're going to be able to really work on true problems that people have and find solutions that are going to be needed. We haven't had that for a very, very long time. So there's a little bit of pain or a little bit of patience to get to that part. But I certainly think from a business school point of view, that the students could know or feel that they're going to have the tools to really be able to accelerate their careers faster if you are accepting to the way that companies are learning to work remote. So if you're a better communicator remotely, your ability to move up within a company from the managerial point can be very different than how it has been for the last 20, 30 years.
I couldn't agree more, John. And one of the other things that occurs to me is that never in a time in our history, in our sort of modern history, have organizations been so ready to accept change. So your point about the entrepreneurial opportunity here, when you think about how many things that entrepreneurs have created and developed in businesses over the last 20 years, that used to be run by large organizations. And they figured out how to find a niche and go after it. And sometimes they've stolen the customer away, the client away. Sometimes they provided added value to the larger organization because they've said, we can do this faster and we can do it better. And now's the time where, and we like to think that part of what we teach in business is the analytical ability and the critical thinking. And the graduate that's going to be able to go out there and look at an organization or an existing business or an existing sector and say, I bet you I can find that one piece and do it better and faster.
And I love you mentioning that because for a lot of new people entering in, you're often told traditionally, this is the way we do it. So you have to adapt to the norm. And what we're hearing now is there a better or different way that we can do something? And I think that's where a younger individual, when I say young at times, that's young in the mind in terms of accepting, can have the opportunity to shine because they don't know all the things that we believe can't happen when we get older.
And the other thing that's happening, I think, there's a shift in sort of organizational business culture happening, and you've identified part of it. And another piece of it is that businesses and organizations tend to be risk adverse. There isn't any business I would propose or organization that is surviving through this that hasn't figured out we've got to be able to take risks. So again, another opportunity for an entrepreneur, there's going to be more receptivity to taking measured, calculated risk than there was before. Mm-hmm. And that's an opportunity for somebody to say, hey, let's try this differently. And let's do it in a different way. And people aren't going to be as afraid to fail as they were in the past.
Yeah, you're right. We can't test things the way we could before because it's a very active and moving test. And there's got to be a little bit of that part where it comes down to that gut feeling, which is often a combination of a lot of things you've learned along the way, and now your subconscious is applying it. So
exactly, and the principles we've been introducing over the last few years, the principles of design thinking, entrepreneurial, and one of the principles is to fail fast, is to not wait till you have all the plans and all the kinks worked out, but try something and try many things, and then see which ones work and which ones don't, learn from them and move on. And I think those kind of skills of design thinking principles are going to be the forefront of the success for the future.
No, absolutely. This is exactly why my girls are going to this school and not somewhere else across the country right now. Mike, it's been great. Now we're on this is a new journey that we're on. I'm hoping that as time allows, and it's incredibly busy for you guys here at the university trying to adapt to everything, but it would be nice if along the way there can be a few check-ins to see sort of how this is evolving and where you're going with it. But I appreciate you taking the time to come out and sit in the what a cool spring day is in Kamloops outside and have a discussion.
Well, thank you
with us.
very much. We're always available, myself and my colleagues, to talk, and this is a nice kind of respite to talk about what's important to us, and what's important to us, and frankly what keeps us excited and motivated is students like your daughters, but all of our other students who are here, who energize us, and who will make a better world for the older folks like us as they take over. Well, thanks for the opportunity.
You're welcome. Have a wonderful day, Mike.
You too. Thanks very much, Jim.